Hello friends, in this video I will show you how to create a month and year picker dialog in Sketchweb. So here I have a text view at top, and when I click on it, it displays this month and year picker dialog. Here I can select any year and I can select any month, and when I click on update, it will show the selected year and selected month in the text view and also in this calendar view. So let's move to Sketchweb. Here in main.xml I have added text view 1 and this calendar view 2. I have switched on app compat and design. In calendar component, in components I have added this calendar component cal, and for the dialog I have created a custom view month underscore picker.xml, and this contains a spinner called spinner1 and a grid view called grid view1. Okay, on create I set the text of text view1 to the current month and year in this format. Okay, and then I create two custom variables of type int, which are year and month. Here you can see this year and month, and I create them like this by writing private file type is int, and here I write year. Okay, so like this I have created them. Next is this calendar view on date change event. Here whenever the date of calendar view changes, I set that date as the date of the calendar. Okay, I set the year, month and day of month of the calendar from the calendar view. Then I have a more block called set month, of which contains two variables, int variable year and int variable month. So using these int variables year and month, I set the year and month of the calendar component, and I set the day of month of calendar component to 1, and then in calendar view I display this date, and also in text view 1 I display this month and year. Okay, so this will be used in the month picker dialog. So then I have this more block show month picker dialog, and in this block, okay, yeah, now you can see this. So in this block I create an alert dialog dot builder, and then I set its title to pick year and month. After that I create a layout inflator using this view month underscore picker, which is month underscore picker dot xml. Then I define spinner1 and grid view1. After that I set up the spinner. For spinner I set a start year to 1970 and year to 2080, and then I create a string variable called year list, which contains all these years from 1970 to 2080 using this code. After that I create an array adapter for this string variable, which is for this string list, which is from 1970 to 2080. Okay, and this thing is actually year list. So for this year list I create an array adapter called my adapter and set it as adapter of the spinner, and after that I refresh the spinner, and then for spinner I set the selection to the current year minus the start year. Okay, and in spinner1 on item selected listener, whenever any item is selected I set the value of year to the start year plus position. Okay, so here the start year is 1970, and suppose users selects 1970, then the position will be 0, position on spinner will be 0, and then the selected year will be this start year. On nothing selected I do nothing, and then I set up the month in the grid view. So here I create a string array called month list, and this contains all the months. After that for grid view 1 I set the choice mode to single and set selector to blue color, light blue color. Then in grid view 1 on item click listener, I set the item checked to the position where I get the position from here, and I set the item checked to the position which is clicked, and after that I set the value of the month to the position which is clicked. Okay, so suppose user clicks on Jan, then the position will be 0 and month will be set to 0. After that I have this array adapter for the grid view for this month list, and I set it as the adapter of grid view 1. And then to set to highlight the current selected month, I use this code. I use this runnable public void run, and inside this grid view 1 dot set item checked to the current month equal to 2. So this month is before I select the month in on item click listener. So the current month, when I first open the app, it will be October. So this will be October, and when I select any other month, then it will be set to this position. Okay, after that I set up the dialog. So I set the view to dialog. Here this dialog is defined at the top. You can see this view dialog is equal to inflator.inflate r.layout.month picker. Okay, so I set the view to dialog. It is actually a view, and then I set the positive button update, and in this I use the more block set month, year and month. Okay, underscore set month is the more block which I created, and inside this I use variable year and month. When negative button is clicked, then I dismiss the dialog and finally show the dialog. Okay, so this is the code for show month picker dialog, and I display it when text view 1 is clicked. So when text view 1 is clicked, I set the value of year to cal.get calendar.year, and I set the value of month to cal.get calendar.month, and after that I show month picker dialog. Okay, so it will show the month picker dialog. When user selects any date, then this code will be executed and text view 1 will be updated, calendar view will be updated. Okay, so that's all in this video. All the codes which I used are available at this link, which I will provide in description of the video. So thank you very much for watching this.